The bells. This is the second session for European history on Tuesday, the 31st of August, in the year of our Lord 2021. Please make sure that you have a note sheet out or something to write on and something to write with. Last period, last session, yesterday, I gave you a sense of the scale of the universe, which is big and old and nearly infinite and eternal. And I gave you a tour of the room, which includes the period 6 shelf over there on the bottom left, and the bathroom pass, which, if you see that plastic toroid is a donut shape, over there, you don't have to ask me to go anywhere. You can just go, sign out the pass. And if it is not there and there's an emergency that might happen, then let me know on your way out. Just don't make a habit of it. Other than that, you got the homework board up here. And tomorrow I'll be talking about Chapter Survey 12, which is due along with your class signatures. There apparently are some typos in the handout that I gave, whereby, say, for example, the map items that you're supposed to find are covered. They're obscured. So I will be posting it on Google Classroom before I leave. That is my plan. So you should have it then. We did an evacuation drill. I think we talked about the lockdown drills as well. Did we? In here? Talk about that? Did I show you the club?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
we had the entire conversation about the fire hydrant and the spray bottle in the eye.
Okay, that's right. There we go. We had a good conversation in here. What we're going to do today is look at sort of a before, during, and after picture for history. And you may have seen this lesson before, but I like it, so we're doing it again. In old advertising, they had like before our diet pills, and then after it's. So, before history is going to be shown in a clip from the science fiction film 2001: A Space Odyssey, which was made in 1967 at a time when 2001 was the future. Nobody knew what it would be like. The scene will be a scene of Australopithecus afarensis, about 2 3/4 to 3 million years ago in East Africa. That is the great southern ape from afar. And something's going to happen, which is going to change them into Homo habilis, or at least set them on the road to becoming the first humans handyman, according to evolutionary theory. That's the before picture. The during picture is the duel scene from the end of the movie Robin and Marian, which many of you saw last year when you were in my ancient and medieval class, but I'm going to show it again. And the after scene, or the current day, is an excerpt from the movie Heat, set in Los Angeles around the turn of the 21st century. Now, you might say, 2000? I wasn't even born in 2000. This movie was made in 1997. But it's still our contemporary society. The cars may be a little out of date. Basically, it's our society. So what I want you to do is, on your note sheet, just a scrap piece of paper, just indicate in list form or whatever, something that will help you remember if you're called on. What is natural in the scene? What is man-made in the scene? Describe the humans, how they carry themselves, what their hygiene is like, what their accoutrement are. Identify the root of the conflict, in other words, what they're fighting about, and describe how this conflict was resolved, how does the fight progress. I'm using the dice, which I will re-explain to you. I do not play games about who I call on, getting the right number of males and females and all that nonsense, A students and D students. This is an icosahedron, a 20-sided dice. It's from Dungeons & Dragons, which I've played since '78 and still do. And I just roll the die. And if it rolls on you, you try your best. If your best answer is that the Vegapigmies of planet Zunak 5 are building a veg table, get it, for their giant broccoli pyramids, fine. Unless I'm asking a very odd question, it's wrong, but at least it shows creativity. It shows that you're willing to say something other than, I don't know, which is sort of a cop-out. So, I don't know, but my best guess is. Finalmente, finally, my movie policy is, and could you in back please close the shades? My movie policy is yes to violence and yes to harsh language, because the history of man is often the history of violence, the history of war. And warriors, are, among other people, curse when they're under stress. They're not alone. Don't worry about that. Just try your best. Yeah. Just if you drop it, it'll hit the shelf and it'll level out. So just
Pull it to the left.
pull it to the left. There we go, and then let it go. Yep. And if you do that again, it'll get all the way down. There we go. By the way, there are a huge number of people that don't really know how to operate Venetian blinds. I don't know why. Maybe it's a generational thing. So you're going to see that. I'm not going to show strong sex because that basically hasn't changed. Our perfumes have gotten better. That's about it. So we're a little cleaner. If you have a problem with that, or if your parents do, it's your job to absent yourself. If you're just having a bad day and you can't handle seeing somebody fighting another person, get up and leave. Just get my attention on your way out and wait on the porch. If it's a short film clip, you can wait there and we'll call you back in when it's done. If it's a longer clip for a whole movie, you'll be going to the high school NPR, and there I may give you some work, not as punishment, but because I want you to get certain material that other people are getting through the medium of film. If you and your family have talked about it and there's film X that you're not supposed to see, it's up to you to police yourself. So if your family says don't see film X and I'm about to show film X, please get up and go. That's a family issue between you and your folks. I think that's it. Can you get the lights, please? Are there any questions about what I'm asking you to do? Take notes as you observe these 3 clips, and we'll have a discussion afterwards where I will roll the dice. I see no questions. And again, it's dark. Yes, Zoe?
Are we gonna have to turn